Hi guys, and welcome to the chess-based studio in Hamburg. My name is Rustam Kasimjanov. I am a chess grandmaster and a former world champion from Uzbekistan. And today I have a really nice topic for you, a topic which took me a lot of work, and it is the complete black repertoire in Nimzo Indian. So Nimzo Indian, as you are well aware of, is the opening which arises after these three moves, and Nimzo Indian has been one of the main openings, one of the most classical openings black has against d4, and in fact has been played basically by every strong player alive. In fact, I was trying to think of strong grandmaster or world champion, anybody who would have never played the Nimzo, and I just couldn't think of anybody. So I think this is really something everybody has to have played in his life, has to have analyzed. And my ambition for this particular DVD is to give you a complete bulletproof repertoire with black, starting from this position. And this is a very ambitious task, but I did do a lot of work when preparing for this DVD. So I hope this task I will succeed in completing. So basically what we are going to look at in this opening, well, it's basically everything, since we are talking a complete repertoire. So since I mean, in general, the idea of the opening, if I may be allowed, to go back a little bit, maybe like 100 years back in our history, the idea of the opening, as back then thought of by Nimzovich, who kind of popularized this opening, and not only this opening, and gave it the name Nimzo Indian, is the following. Black basically does not want an immediate confrontation in the center, which back then often resulted in having the so-called Carlsbad structure. So basically Nimzovich was not a fan of this Carlsbad structure, and up to this day the Carlsbad structure is supposed to be the most challenging way to play this. So in a way he was right, we can say this now, probably 100 years later, and he wanted to come up with the way for black to play which is more flexible and which does not really give white chances to define the structure in the opening immediately. So he's waiting whilst making a normal developing move, c4, e6. So this is basically the point. He wants to prove that he can play on equal terms with white without immediately putting all his pawns into the center. And now, after knight f3, he was going b6, pretty much in the same vein, and not really immediately occupying the center with the pawns. And after knight c3, he was playing bishop b4. And by now, it is all like really well known, but back then, like 100 years ago, it was bordering on the at least very unusual, like / insane, not to occupy any central squares with your pawns. But 100 years is a long time in chess, and the ideas of Nimzovich, they lived and they thrived, and they will continue to live for 100 years more to come. So basically, as you will have at least felt, knight f3 b6 is fighting for the square e4, and of course our opening knight c3 bishop b4 is the same thing. Black is bringing his bishop to b4, not just to develop a bishop, this he does, of course, but also he is fighting for this particular square. And the fight for the square e4 we'll have many facets in our opening, and basically a lot of fight in this opening is connected to the square. So we will take a look at everything, more or less, and this everything includes the main lines like e3, after which we play b6, followed by bishop b7 and c5. The main line queen c2, which has a direct aim of fighting for the e4 square, after which we play castles, and we'll look at very modern f3, and this in some detail, and we'll also look at all the systems which white does not play very often, including a3, g3, knight f3, bishop d2, and bishop g5. And basically, on this DVD I have given you, without hesitation and without any second thoughts, everything I know about the opening, at least the very best I know about this opening, and there wasn't a single instance where I knew of a clearly better continuation, which I hid from you. So this is my personal promise to you. And all this having been said, I hope you will enjoy this DVD. I hope you will enjoy this journey with me through the secrets and the mysteries of one of my favorite openings with both colors, actually. But in this particular DVD, we're doing this primarily for black, building a complete repertoire, starting from this position with black. And I hope you will enjoy this journey with me, and well, let's get to work.